Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, Asma English. I hope you are all doing great today. I am your host and I am so excited to share this video with you. In our lessons, we always try to make learning English easy, fun, and natural for everyone. Today, we have a very special episode for all the travelers out there. We are going to join our main character, Sarah, on her big journey to New York. Through her story, we are going to learn all the essential vocabulary you need for traveling by plane. We will follow Sarah from the moment she arrives at the airport terminal, through security, and all the way until she lands at her destination. This is a great way to learn words like boarding pass, overhead compartment, and turbulence in a real context. So, grab a notebook, sit back, and let's start our story to learn the most important travel vocabulary together. Sarah was standing at the airport terminal, feeling very nervous. She looked at the big screen and saw that her flight was on time. She walked to the check-in counter and gave her passport to the woman working there. The woman asked if she had any bags to check in. Sarah put her big suitcase on the scale. The woman put a sticker on the bag and gave Sarah her boarding pass. She told Sarah that her seat was 1 for B, which is a middle seat, and her gate was number 5. Sarah thanked her and went to the security area. At security, there was a long line of people. Sarah had to take off her jacket and her shoes. She put her phone and her laptop in a small plastic tray. She walked through a metal detector and it did not make any noise, so she was happy. She picked up her things and went to find her gate. On her way, she passed many duty-free shops where people were buying perfume and chocolate. But she did not buy anything because she did not want to be late. When she arrived at the gate, she sat down and waited. After 30 minutes, a man on the microphone said it was time for boarding. Sarah stood in a line and showed her boarding pass to the flight attendant. She walked through a long tunnel called a jet bridge and finally entered the airplane. A friendly flight attendant greeted her and told her where to find her row. Sarah found her seat and put her small backpack in the overhead compartment above her head. She sat down and buckled her seatbelt. Next to her, there was a man sitting in the window seat and a woman in the aisle seat. A few minutes later, the pilot spoke on the speakers and said they were ready for takeoff. The plane started moving slowly on the runway and then it went very fast. Sarah felt her seat shake as the plane lifted into the air. She looked out the window and saw the houses and cars becoming very small. During the flight attendants walked down the aisle with a small cart. They asked Sarah if she wanted something to eat or drink. She asked for a cup of orange juice and some crackers. She also found a small TV in the back of the seat in front of her. This is called the in-flight entertainment. She decided to watch a movie about a forest. Halfway through the movie, the plane started to shake a little bit. The pilot said this was just turbulence and told everyone to stay in their seats. Sarah was a bit scared, but the flight attendant smiled at her, so she felt better. After many hours, the pilot said they were going to land soon. Sarah looked at the screen and saw they were flying over the ocean. The plane started to go down, which is called the descent. She felt a small thud when the wheels touched the ground. This was the landing. The plane drove to the terminal and stopped. Everyone stood up and started taking their bags from the overhead bins. Sarah walked out of the plane and followed the signs for baggage claim. She saw a big moving belt called a carousel. Many bags were going around and around. She waited for 10 minutes until she saw her red suitcase. She grabbed it and walked toward the exit. She had to pass through customs, where a man asked if she had anything to declare. She said no and walked into the arrival hall. Her friend was waiting for her with a big sign that said her name. Sarah was very tired because of the long flight and the jet lag, but she was very happy to be in a new city. I hope you enjoyed this long story and found it helpful for your English journey. I really wish that you learned some important and common travel vocabulary like boarding pass, security check, overhead compartment, and flight attendant. It is also very useful to remember words like departure, lounge, takeoff, turbulence, and landing, because you will hear them every time you go to the airport. Learning terms such as baggage claim, carousel, customs, and jet lag will make your arrival much easier and help you feel more confident when speaking to airport staff. Using these words correctly will help you navigate any international terminal in the world without stress. Keep practicing these terms, and hopefully your next trip will be a great opportunity to use everything you have learned today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed Sarah's story and learned some new words to use on your next trip. Now, I have a question for all of you. Have you ever traveled by plane before? If you have, please tell us in the comments which country or city you visited and how was your flight. If you haven't traveled by plane yet, don't worry, just tell us. If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you like to fly? I can't wait to read your stories and your dream destinations. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more English stories, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a lesson. Thank you for being part of our community, and I will see you in the next video.